This 30-something-year-old man looks at her and he goes, "It would be quicker to tell you what I don't like about you." I said, rewind that for me? Like, hold on. Hey, it's Jay. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new around here, welcome back. Hey y'all, how you guys doing today? I hope you're doing great because I know that I am. Now, today, you know we are on the finale of Singles Inferno season 5, and that already feels insane to say. But before I get into today's video, if you haven't seen my previous reactions that led up to this moment, I don't even know what you're doing here, okay? I'm gonna need you to pause this video, press the iCards right up here, and watch my playlist that shows you everything that has happened thus far, because trust me, you're gonna need to know that information to understand why these final pairings are what they are. You know what I mean? But for those of you who are caught up, first of all, I want to start off by saying thank you so much for watching my recaps on all of this. I had no idea that so many people would care about my opinions on this show, but either way, I'm happy and I really appreciate it. So thank you. But I'm gonna cut all my rambling here. So before we start, don't forget to grab a snack and a drink. And without further ado, let's dive right on into the discussion. We're still on the drinking game, but this time Seung-il is the one asking the question, and he's pinpointing his attention on Go-eun, right? And he's like, "Hey, Go-eun, since you can't choose your top pick, why don't you tell us who your third choice is and why?" She's looking at him. She's like, Seung-il, why? Like, you know, Seung-il, I think at this point, he's just being mischievous because he knows it's the last day. So he's just wreaking havoc on everybody. So he's like, yeah, just tell us who your last pick is, whatever. She can't answer, so she gets up and she drinks. Seung-min is asked what attracts him to Go-eun, and at this point in time, you're gonna notice a pattern. The rest of this drinking game is only about Go-eun and her harem. Forget Mina's harem. Mina's harem dissolved. Now it's the sole focus of these last 2 episodes has literally just been about Go-eun and her harem of men and who she's gonna choose in the end, right? So again, like I said, Seung-min is asked what attracts him to Go-eun. Thinks for like maybe 1 second, and he goes, everything. And everyone's like, boo, that's such a crappy answer. Like, everything? No, you have to choose something. And he's like, why should I have to choose anything if I like everything about it? Like, no questions asked. He's just, I like everything. And everyone's there just like, all right, fine, right? Hyun-woo is asked the question, and they ask him, what is one thing that you would like to say to Go-eun? He said, from the second I chose you, it's only been you. And when he said that, I didn't think that was that bad. Like, I was like, oh, that's sweet, right? Bro, cut to the panelists, they're all cringing. I'm telling you, like, Dex is giggling. Like, the rest of them, they just clowning him. But I'm like, wait, no, like, that wasn't that bad, though. Then it goes back to the show, and they're replaying the scene. And then it cuts back to Dex. And Dex is like, why did you guys rewind it? I don't want to watch it again. I was like, no. Because when have you ever seen a panelist get mad at the rewind? I didn't even know that it was rewound for them as well. Like, I thought they just watch it in full, but what we see is what they see. So Dex is like, no, I don't want to see it again. Continue from where we left off. Go back to the Islanders. Every single one of them is cringing. I was like, no. I felt so embarrassed. I wanted them to wrap the whole truth or drink game up there because I felt bad for him, because I'm like, yo, he's being so genuine. Like, I felt like he genuinely meant what he said. So I'm like, for the rest of them to just be like, oh, right? And then you see Seung-il, him and Jae-jin, like, they're leaning heads. Jae-jin, he's pretending to be asleep. Seung-il, he's like, Jae-jin, please save me. Jae-jin, I can't take this. Min's just like, Jae-jin. Meanwhile, Hyun-woo, right next to them. Hyun-woo is literally right next to them, and he's just sitting there, hand on his knee, and he's just like, silent. And I'm just like, no, why did literally everybody just clown you? If that was me, I was packing my bags then and there. I don't care that we have 1 day left. Take me home now. I felt so much secondhand embarrassment from that one interaction alone that I was over the rest of this fire pit. But did they give me any reprieve? Absolutely not. They continue targeting Go-eun and her harem. Egon, he asked Go-eun, oh, Go-eun, who did you take to paradise twice? Like, trying to be like smug, like stake his claim, like, yeah, I like her, but I'm the one that she chose to go to paradise with 2 times, right? So she's like, you? And he's like, oh, okay. And everyone was like, so that's what you wanted to, like, they were like, you could ask me that. Like, what do you mean? Why would you waste a question on that? He just wanted to get his point across, right? So then Go-eun, she then turns to Egon. And she's like, so what's one thing that you like about me? And he's sitting there, he's pondering. He's just like, thinking hella hard. He's finger to the mouth. So we're sitting here like, it's one of two things, right? Either he does not have an answer, or his answer is about to be so profound and in depth that it's gonna leave us all with our hearts on the floor like, whoa, I'm in shock, right? This 30-something-year-old man looks at her and he goes, it would be quicker to tell you what I don't like about you. I said, rewind that for me? Like, hold on. Truth or drink game. You're asked, what do you like the most about me? You then turn it around and go, it's quicker to tell you what I dislike. Someone else goes, so you mean there's too much things you like about her, so it's easier to tell her what you don't like. Either way, ick. Because what do you mean? Like, it's a thing. It goes back to that thing where I'm like, constantly belittling her, constant negativity, like regardless of where you're coming from, regardless of what you meant by what you said, and you couldn't tell her at least one positive thing you like about her, you would rather tell her what you dislike. Why is that where your brain went? You couldn't just say there's way too many things that I like about you, so it's difficult for me to put it into words. Like you could have just said that. You could have opted out and still saved some kind of face, but I was like, what do you have? Like, anyways, at that point in time, the mist was gone. Like, I was just like, you went right back to icking me out. Like, it's crazy. It was so crazy. Like, the downfall of him and Hyun-woo needs to be studied for real. Hyun-woo was up here for me. He cute bombed her and I was like, damn, she don't like you. Ex-nate him. Egon started off here and he slowly started inching his way up. And he dropped down to below my calves. Like, how? It was baffling. And you could tell, like, I feel like that was the moment where she was just like, That was the moment where she was done, because like I said last video, what did she tell him? I need you to show more affection for me in order for me to make my decision. Like, what are we doing? Like, you just sabotage yourself so disgustingly. Like, it was appalling how bad he sabotaged himself. Thankfully, they wrapped that game up there, and the Islanders are sitting there and they're like, all right, so like, let's say things that we appreciate about our experience, or like, let's just leave ending words because this is our last night. So it starts off with Seung-il. This is one of the hardest things I've had to experience, but this was one of the best times of my life. I genuinely appreciate being able to meet all of you and build bonds with you. Stuff like that. Like, you know, like the normal, like, cute wrap up things that people say towards the end of reality TV shows. And then it cuts to Mina, and Mina's like, even though I've been all over the place, I'm proud of myself for being authentic to who I truly am, right? And then it cuts to her like confessional, and she's basically like saying a more in-depth version of that. Like, she's like, she's been so authentically herself. She showed the good, the bad, the chaotic, whatever. And honestly, in that regard, I can say I do respect her for that, because it is very difficult for people to be their true authentic selves when they're being recorded 25/8. So regardless of what, no matter how much she has baffled me, I will say I do respect and appreciate her authenticity. I will give her props for that, because I feel like there were a lot of people on the show who were being like filtered versions of themselves. They were constantly trying to put on personas to be viewed as better than, or like so that they can be likable. But Mina, she truthfully did not care. So props to her, because I don't know if I would be able to go on TV and do the same thing. I feel like I would very much be hyper aware of how I'm being perceived at all times. Moving on, we're finally getting to the final picks, right? So it starts off with Minji. She stands up, she walks to the gates of Inferno, and they're like, hey, if you chose Minji, walk up now. So you see Seung-il, he stands up, he walks to her. He's like, you did it, you got it. Let's go out to eat, or something like that, right? Then Minji, she gives like a whole cute confession. She's like, you know, I don't believe in fate, but I feel like I found my fate here. She's like, you know how competitive I am. I love being number one, and for that reason, I choose you. Number one and Seung-il, like, it's kind of a pun. It plays off of that. And it's like a cute little thing, and like she's giggling, and like he's looking at her, he's smiling or whatever, and then she goes, I like you a lot. And he just smiles. And then they ask Minji who she chose. She says Seung-il. They hold hands and they walk off into the sunset. But if you thought I was gonna leave it there, hell no. There's this small, it's so minuscule. It's so minuscule but I have to mention it, right? Something that got me with their interactions, which again plays into the she likes him more than he likes her, is he goes up to her, he's like, you got it, let's go out to eat. She gives you a whole spiel, like, you're number one to me, all this other stuff, I like you, whatever, but I know you can't prep that ahead of time, so I won't give you too much gripe for that. She confessed and she said she liked you, and all you did was smile and nod. Not a I like you too or nothing, like you just a smile and nod. Okay, maybe they're not allowed to talk past their allotted times. That's fine. What really got me was when they held hands to leave, because he reached out first to hold her hand. You see this right here? She palms his hand and he walks with his hand like this. He didn't encircle her hand not one time. I was watching him. I was waiting for him to, lock the fingers back. He just walked like this. I'm like, Seung-il? Seung-il? Why? Like, why isn't your hands locking? And then it cuts to the next scene. They're not holding hands anymore. But I will say he redeems himself a little bit, because he gives her a piggyback ride and then they walk off into the distance. So I'm just like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm sticking a pin in this, because I'm like, I like y'all because I like Minji, but I don't know if I like y'all because of you. Like, you're throwing me as a person, as an individual. I feel like Seung-il is great. As a romantic partner for Minji specifically, I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see how that one plays out for them. Moving on to the next couple, Hee-sun and Subin, right? So again, told Hee-sun to stand up. She walks by the gate. The announcer, if you chose Hee-sun, walk up and stand in front of her. Obviously Subin, he stands up, he walks in front of her. And as he's walking in his little confessional, he goes, if she doesn't choose me, I'll just have to throw myself into the ocean. I was like, like, that one sentence alone showed a side of Subin that we have not seen before, because I'm like, aren't you dramatic? Like, what do you mean you just have to throw yourself into the ocean? Like, is ever that serious? But I liked it. I thought it was very much cute, and it put a smile on my face, and I was like, yes. He gives his little spiel about how like she comforts him and all this other stuff, and I don't remember the words, so I'll insert the clip and let you guys read it here. But his confession was very much cute, and he was like, let's go to paradise again sometime. And it gets to Hee-sun, and she's doing her little speech or whatever, talking about like how much she appreciated this experience, because she's never been the type to express herself or express her interest in another person. So she was very much thankful to Subin for bringing out that side of her. And then she also repeated his words, where she was like, let's go to paradise again sometime, or something along those lines. It showed like a flash of all their interactions from the previous episode. Like, so after she found out about the bed thing, he went to her room and he basically like cleared up the misunderstanding that they had. Like, he let her know when he shared the bed with Minji, it wasn't anything serious. It wasn't an intentional decision, nor was it like a decision made out of emotion or anything like that. He let her know that he was very much sorry that she had to hear it from Seung-il, and that he didn't say anything at first because he didn't know how to clear up the situation without making it worse. And then after that, he let it be known that he struggles a lot with expressing himself and his emotions, and he understands that it's difficult for her to gauge where he's feeling, but that's something that he wants to change about himself, that he wants to fix. And she's basically like, yeah, like, she appreciated that, all that. They went on like a little date, they took pictures, they were standing over by the water, all this other stuff, like basically just hitting it off. But one clip that was so cute to me, they were sitting down, they're sitting next to each other, and he was like, when we leave this place, call me Oppa. He was like, don't call me Subin, call me Oppa. So then she goes Binny, and he goes Binny Oppa, something like that, right? So then it cuts back to them leaving Inferno. They're holding hands, they're walking off into the sunset, all fine, cute, and sweet. She goes, let's leave, Oppa, or something along those lines. He stopped talking, and I felt like he glitched a little bit, because he just like, he smiled, and like his head like tilted to the side, and he was like, and then they're leaving, and they're talking about like what they want to eat, all this other stuff. It was really cute. I really liked it. I really appreciated that moment. And it's like, it just solidified for me that they definitely became my favorite couple out of the whole show, which crazy. Next thing, you have Mina and Seung-un. Not gonna talk about them too much. She's standing, he walks up to her, he's like, I never thought we'd get to this point. He's giving his reasonings for why he chose her. She then says why she chose him. I don't really remember what was said. And then obviously they chose each other, they held hands, and they left. But the thing is with Mina and Seung-un is just, I don't believe that she actually likes him, and it has nothing to do with Seung-un. I don't feel like Seung-un is just this unlikable guy. I just don't trust how sincere she is towards him. I don't know if it's genuine. Like, they give off such friend vibes. Even when they were having their dates in the previous episode, she kept being like, oh, you know, I get really shy with the guy that I like, and like I'm being awkward. But her shy wasn't giving I'm awkward because I'm like you. Her shy was giving I'm awkward because I don't like you. Like, we've seen her awkwardness with Subin. She liked Subin. She was attracted to him. So she had like this playful, like flirtatious shyness. But with Seung-il, it's just like a like there was I didn't add it, but there was a scene where he fed her food in episode 11, and she was like and then she ate the food. It was just it was off. Like, it was just off to me. Like, I'm like, you don't like him. You don't like him. I don't care what anyone says. I would be surprised if they were still together. Like, I genuinely would be in shock. You go to Joo-hyun's turn. Joo-hyun stands up and they're like, hey, if you like Joo-hyun, walk to the gate and stand in front of her, right? You see Jae-jin stand up, and right after Jae-jin, you see Hyun-jae get up, right? And in this moment, I'm like, yo, Hyun-jae is brave, because honestly, if it was me, I would stay seated. I'm sorry. She done already told you she likes Jae-jin, so I'm like, you standing is crazy. Unless production told him that he had to. Maybe the dudes just have to stand. I don't know. They do their thing. Jae-jin, he says his piece. Hyun-jae didn't really have much to say. He just said, Joo-hyun, your smile is beautiful. She smiles. She talks to Jae-jin first. She's like, Jae-jin, you know, let's go out to do this, that, the third, whatever. Like, she gives her cute little announcement. And then she turns to Hyun-jae and she was like, Hyun-jae, I appreciate you because I got to experience being a kid again, stuff like that. Like, gave him a cute little speech. She was like, don't change who you are. I really appreciated your love and your care for me, and I love you as a person. We should hang out again sometime. Like, let's go get whatever she said, let's go get, right? So they get to the point, she's like, okay, who did you pick? Shocker, she chose Jae-jin, right? And they hold hands and they're frolicking off into the sunset, and she's patting him. She's like, my stray cat, and he yells, he goes, come here, like, as a play off of what they were talking about last episode about him not taking initiative, all of that stuff, right? They start cackling, and as they're joking around and walking off into the distance, you just see Hyun-jae standing there, hands locked, eyes closed, as they walk off in front of him. And I said, no, Hyun-jae. Hopefully now that this show is over and so many people have watched it, he got like more girlies that are into him, because I'm just like, my boy deserves love too. Find him somebody, for real. Someone, please. Someone take him. Right? After that, it gets to the star of this episode, Miss Go-eun and her harem. So Go-eun stands up. She walks to the gates of Inferno. And the announcer, yet again, is like, if you chose Go-eun, walk to the gate, stand in front of her. You know the deal by now. So you see not one, not two, but three dudes stand up and walk in front of her. You got Egon, you got Seung-min, and you got Hyun-woo. Each give their speech, each do their thing. Seung-min, he's like, choice is up to you. You should choose me. Whatever. I don't remember his exact words. Egon was like, oh, I feel like we're on the same page. It's hot. Let's go. Hyun-woo, he gives his cute little speech. He's just like, basically along the lines of, I've always liked you. It will always be you for me. Like, I genuinely really like you. So then she gives her speech to Hyun-woo. She's like, Hyun-woo, you let me experience like a pure like school love, or like a school like crush, stuff like that. And basically she's just like, we're one and done. She's like, I love you as a person, but like, I'm not choosing you. Right? So then it goes to Seung-min and Egon, and they get one speech for the both of them. She was like, oh, you know, I really enjoyed our chats. Let's talk some more, and let's go to paradise again. Some along those lines, right? So the two of them, they're standing there, they're smiling, they're nodding, they're like, yeah, because we had some great chats. Because like I said, her and Seung-min always yapping, always, at all times of the day, always. And then her and Egon, they had a lot of conversations where they're like, oh, what do you like as a person? What do you this, that, the third? So they're in their minds, they're like, oh, I'm in there. Like, hook, line, and sinker, I got her, right? So then she sits there. She's like, I choose, and the panelists, they're like, who did she pick? Who, right? I'm sitting, I'm like, okay, who is she gonna choose? Honestly, between the two choices, I would have opted out. That's just me though. You want me to choose Seung-min or Egon? I'm going home. That's me, right? So she's sitting there. Dex swears up and down she's gonna opt out. The rest of them are like, she's gonna choose Egon. Nobody's thinking Seung-min, right? Just to the choice. She says, I choose Woo Seung-min입니다. I said that nasty. I know. I'm sorry. She goes, oh, I choose Woo Seung-min. It cuts to the panelists. They had me rolling, because one of them was on the floor. You could hear a pin drop with how quiet it was. And then you just hear quiet. Why? Like, yo, I was on a reality show and somebody chose me as their final choice and you got the host asking why, pack my bags immediately and cut out all my screen time. Like, I'm so serious because like, I don't know, like it was just so, they were all like why? They all thought it was gonna be Egon. But my whole thing is with the panelists, you can tell they're biased to Egon because they find him attractive. Egon's personality leaves a lot to be desired. Like, it leaves a lot to be desired. So their complete and utter shock at her not choosing him kind of baffled me because why would she choose him? The man literally looked her in her face and said, it would be quicker to tell you what I don't like about you. I'm not picking him. Why should she pick him other than him being more attractive than Seung-min? I high-key feel like if Seung-min was one of the hotter guys in the group, they would have been completely obsessed with him being so devoted to Go-eun. But because they feel like she looks better than him, they are against the two of them being together. And for that reason, I'm just like I'm watching y'all. I'm not gonna get on the panelists too much, but that's just my opinion on that because it's very much weird how they be on Egon. Like, I get it, he's attractive, but this is about personality, this is about romance, this is about love. Compared to the two guys she had waiting on her hand and foot versus this one dude, like, let's be for real. Who do you think she would choose? I mean, again, I would have chosen myself, but neither here nor there. I'm gonna end that there. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep repeating myself and it's gonna be a cycle. But yeah, that ends off there. Hyun, she chose Jae-jin, but obviously Jae-jin left. Yejin, she opted out, and then the other two dudes that were left, Hyun-woo and Hyun-jae, they obviously weren't picked, so they're just sitting there. It pans out, and that wraps up Singles Inferno season 5. Y'all, I really enjoyed doing my commentary on this show. Like, it was kind of new to me, you know, because this channel is more of a reaction channel, so I was a little nervous about doing like the commentary style video. I wasn't sure if people would engage with it, but seeing how much love and support I got while doing it, like that put a smile on my face because I watched this show and when I first started it, I needed a space where I could just yap. I needed a space where I could just talk about everything that was going on, and being able to create that own space myself, like that just made me feel good. So thank you so much to all of you who have tuned into this whole thing. I know that there is a reunion coming up. I think it'll drop on Valentine's Day if I'm not mistaken. So if you want me to do a video on that, just let me know in the comments down below and I'll get on that one for you. I just want to say, if you watched every episode in my little Singles Inferno series, thank you so much. If you subscribed, thank you. If you left a like or a comment, thank you. I really appreciate it. And you know, if you have any opinions on what happened within this episode and the choices that the Islanders make, let me know. Who do you think should have got together? Who do you think shouldn't have? What did you agree with? What did you disagree with? I'm interested to know. I definitely want to know. Like, was there a couple that shocked you? Was there a couple that you didn't actually want to end up together that did? Like, I want to know how you guys are feeling. So definitely let me know in the comment section. But don't forget to check out my social medias linked in the description box down below. I've been posting my reactions to different aspects of the episodes on TikTok, so definitely check me out over there if you want to see that. And I was live tweeting my reaction to episodes 11 and 12, so check out my Twitter. I would really appreciate it if you drop a follow. Just do it for the giggles. Like, maybe you might leave Inferno with your own date and take a trip to paradise. You never know. But that's gonna be it for today, so don't forget to press that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment this emoji down below so I know you made it this far into the video. And without further ado, I will see you in the next one. Bye.